everyone, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. Exactly what I thought was going to come to pass did come to pass, just not the clip that I thought. Jelly Hoshiumi is they're attempting to cancel her, and Jelly Hoshiumi is a female English-speaking VTuber. Face connects second-wave phase invaders with Dizidokuro, Ember Amane, and Kaneko Lumi, and she recently did something called the Choicer Voicer stream, where you become a VA, a voice actor, for different lines in different movies. And what that entails is that a lot of times you're going to be copying the exact, well, every single time, you're copying the exact wording as being said. Now, they are attributing that malice to something that is just, like I said, copying exactly what was done here. And as someone puts down here before we watch the clip, it says, it's a game where you voice lines in a movie, small segments, then it plays them back and scores you at the end. And the person who she copied here won an Academy Award for those lines. And let's take a look at what those lines are. I'm gonna do my best to, look at the specific language and try to either stop it before it happens or do something for it. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm upset. Louder. I'm upset. Louder. I'm upset. You are a worthless, friendless.
And the word is said, and then she continues here.
Whose mommy left daddy when she figured out he wasn't Eugene O'Neill and was now weeping and slobbering all over my drum set like a freaking 9-year-old girl.
So yeah, the fact that she said it because she ended up saying it with emphasis because that's the way he said it, they're attributing malice to her. And let's continue down here. Some reminders of who OP is. PSA Soften Doc MK is not impersonating the retired. And then all this thing. For VTuber drama and infamous sex pets, and that is harassing again. Let me get this straight. He's a chud that claimed to the subreddit to call out someone and try to claim their chud when he actually had been called out on the subreddit as a chud. Something truly beautiful. Look at the racist chud who was also a homophobic chud. This thread reads like Softendo went and asked a FUPA Discord for help in his cancel campaign. So they're going against the guy. The guy apparently is very well known for this kind of stuff. And we have here. It's a shocker. Jelly is a POS. For playing a game where you dub the lines from movie clips, should have a decency to not say the slur though. That would I will give this to I would let you guys know this. When you are going and saying those lines, it will mess up your cadence, and especially if you're copying lines, it will mess up your cadence. It will mess up everything, the flow of everything, if you don't just go through the line and say it. And this thing grades you by your cadence. It grades you by your inflection. It grades you by how true to the source that you are. So if you're doing it seriously, you're gonna unfortunately say some things that maybe aren't good. Like if you're doing something from Django, you're gonna say a lot of words that holy moly IRL would get you in trouble. But it's Django Unchained. Who effing cares? You're a grown effing adult. Acting like a 6-letter word got out of screen is effing murdered somebody. This isn't a grade school touch some effing grass. Not caring when no one's attacking anyone and having decency, making a big deal out of it as being weird. So people are attacking people who are trying to, at least there's some people with common sense here, as you can see here. Game where your voice lines are moving individually and links all together. Please stop trying to create drama where there's none. It's from the movie. Here's the clip. Just say you're a homophobe. It's no excuse for this. What does homophobia have to do with this? And it says the current dog whistle they're using because they don't have an actual argument. That's all. Same reason why they ignore the context and everything. Same reason they call people grifters, because they're unhappy. They have an S life, and instead of fixing their own issues, everyone else has to be miserable just like them. To everyone defending Jelly's use of this slur, I have to challenge for you. Do this in public, in front of your boss even, and see what happens. If you are doing something like this, if someone gets angry at you, for example, she did not choose this specific line. She did not choose this specific thing. It was something that was given to her. She's like, oh, God, I have to say this. And then she, played it afterwards. So it's a perfect place to find some awesome VTubers. And also, when you yourself, like, for example, aren't phobic in those ways, sometimes you don't see the harm in, repeating that line if it was, like, for example, someone in a speech saying those lines. That's something different. This is a movie. You're doing that way. Of course, you can disagree with me. Let me know if you disagree with it. Yes, the word probably shouldn't have been used in the movie either, but here we are. And bring every creator, do you have to be for a slur to be the funniest thing you can think of. I don't give an F about the word being said. It's like 14-year-old edgelord trying to get attention possible. Saying this S on Reddit or 4chan is completely irrelevant. Saying on official YouTube Twitch accounts where sponsors are relevant and other people associated can be affected is cringe, so self-absorbed. These creators need hobbies or actual social interaction. So I can understand the take of, she's going to be having sponsors, etc. So I can understand that take. But this is not something and you see people continuing to be very, holy moly, they're going insane over this thing. And it's just, number one, I can understand why people can be offended by the word itself and by the use of it in a movie. Here, she didn't specifically choose this one to be like, hey, it says that word, let me use that, or anything like that. It's just, she was putting inflections and things like that. People are reading into this a little too much, but you guys let me know what you think. Ooh, subliminal messaging. Follow the squirrel. Subscribe to the squirrel. This is not a psyop. This is just me being a dumbass. Ooh, subscribe. Vtubing is in danger of falling as we take a look at stream charts. That might be a little bit of an extreme thing to say, but at the very least, right now, we're going to let you know the little bit of information that we have backing this up. We start with this VTuber viewership fell below 500 million for the first time in hours, I believe, for the first time in quarter 2 of 2026. Let's take a look at a little bit of what they have here. We have the quarter-on-quarter hours watch in the dynamics of VTubing. We have VTuber viewership dropped 15.4% quarter-on-quarter, falling below 500 million hours watched for the first time since quarter 4 of 2024. So the first time in almost 2 years. Fewer active channels and reduced streaming time among top creators contributed to the decline. That means like Hololive and other people like that. So here we go. Let's take a look at the specific one that we're talking about here. In quarter 4 2025, you had 541 million hours, and in quarter 2 2026, you had 482 million hours, a drop of 15.4% from that period there. Even though it did raise the quarter before it 5.3%. It may not be as extreme as I'm saying, like, oh my god, the VTubing is in danger, VTubing is over, but it is not a good fall. Let's take into account all the channels who got nuked by the AI moderation. Been a big trend of streamers, VTuber or not, taking too many breaks. I personally find it difficult to continue to follow stream if they are streaming for 2 weeks and taking 2 weeks off. It's a problem with the audience for VTubing doesn't grow, and the known corpo and top indie VTubers have the majority of the viewership. It's going to make it even more difficult for the new talent to find the communities. VTubing as a whole needs constant audience growth. It does need constant audience growth. Next we go to Proctor Zakharov, who is here saying, I once railed against the burnt peanut for obviously not being a VTuber. I still stand behind that opinion, which I stand behind that too. He's not a real VTuber. He's not like the VTuber, the traditional VTuber, we'll say. I am now struck by the immense irony that he might actually have greater claim to the title now that a large portion of the influential Western VTubers seem to have made considerably more flesh content than ever at this point. So yeah, it is a bit ironic. One of the things looking at here, he blows the other people out of the water, and even let's say just a streamer itself, just taking him as a streamer himself, that's a lot of active chatters. That's a lot of people chatting in his channel. That's a lot of people just being there. Overall, of course, he blows everyone out of the water if you put it in along with VTubers. At least there's one VTuber who will remain true to medium and will never flesh post. Zentreya is a true and real bastion of integrity. They're saying this because of the allegations we had Zentreya, but we're not going to be talking about that right now. I like the two VTubers there who haven't flesh posted are a dude and an AI with a creator father. Yeah, that's the thing that people brought it up right away. Holy hell. Timeline sucks. How do I get off? Raffle, real peanut who does not claim to be a VTuber, has more respect for the kayfabe. Never seen a flesh content from Neurosama unless you count server build streams. Goes to show that Neurosama is a peak of VTubing she doesn't even have flesh content with. So yeah, a lot of people are seeing it that way. Let's take a look at the numbers here. So at quarter 2 saw less VTuber activity as watch time dropped, as we're seeing here, that you're seeing under 500 million hours. 11,300 channels were tracked in the part of quarter 2 live streaming, and that is 600 channels less, nearly 600 channels less than what it was in quarter 4 of 2025. You have other things, the smaller platforms here, making gradual viewership progress. Take a look at this one here. You have, platforms are changing a bit more. You see primarily Twitch. Now YouTube is growing a bit more. You have Kick and CHZZK. I don't know how to say that, honestly, for Twitch side. Twitch competitors, and for YouTube competitors, you have Twitch, that is, going against that, and you have the CHCZK, SOP Korea, and others. So others are growing when it comes to that. And Twitch remained a top destination for YouTubers to live stream. 78% of channels are there. In terms of overall watch time, YouTube was still a leader, taking up over 51% of the overall number. However, represented a decrease of more than 4% if a share of cumulative hours watched. So things are still not looking great. Females continue to populate the VTuber space. As we already knew, this is like anyone who didn't know that the vast majority of people in the VTubing space are female would just have their eyes closed for a very long time. The male group is growing quite a bit, looks like, and others and organizations are doing a smaller part. And here you have the place, Japan still holds a large percentage of VTubers, along with the US, and then you have Canada and other countries having very little, and others, people who do not specifically are part of this whole, dictated part here, they are also there. Going and just skipping through a lot of this. Of course, if I would actually read all of it, it would take me like 30 minutes for the whole thing. Yeah, basically it's saying here, that they were all female, like 75, over 2/3 of it were female, while there were 24 and 44 male channels active, 2.8 identified under different pronoun. It says in our Q1 2026 report, we established independent VTubers command over half of the thing, and this is the one here that we are talking about there. They got over half of the total recorded time in the sector. So we have here, independent VTubing is still the largest group, because not everyone can be a part of a company or corporation. Not everyone wants to be a part of a corporation or anything like that. And you see Hololive still holding 14%, along with Nijisanji, so they're pretty much close to each other. Then after that, you have Vispo, Still Live, Mythic Talent, Isegye, Neoporte, United Talent, Phase Connect, and others. United Talent, because they aren't a VTubing agency, but they do have VTubers under their management agency. They're more of a talent management agency, not necessarily like VTubers. The same thing with Mythic Talent. They don't necessarily only do VTubers, but they have VTubers under their belt. Names like Dentrea and Vidal, Burnt Peanut, and proven VTubers thrive without being backed by an agency, although Dentrea now is part of SOC's VTuber agency. For the majority of her time, she was, herself independent. She went for VShojo for a bit and back to independent. But at the time that they were looking at this, she was still independent. Hololive claimed the top agency spot. Top VTubers of 2026. You have here the Burnt Peanut in hours watched, 55 million. That's why it's strange that they still put him in there, but it is what it is. Pekora comes after that with 8.42. Kuzuha, who's a part of Nijisanji, is also part of that with 5.61. He's, I think, the biggest male VTuber at this point, or at least male Japanese VTuber. 5.05 for Subaru. Then it continues on with more people with either HCZT, or CHCZT, and other things like that, I believe, as well. Different platforms you can see here. And we're going to continue on with more things here. Most hours watched. Most watched VTubers here. We also have the average viewership of these VTubers there. Continuing on here. And we have the average viewers with anime with airtime more than 50 hours would be Marine, and you would have that there in the Japanese side. And on the other one, I forgot to show the other slide here with them here based on hours watched. Pekora is still the top of the just VTubers, most watched VTubers, just based on hours watched. So they still have her as the top of the VTubers there. Just different things here. You're seeing different trends growing. Top English-speaking VTubers, where of course you still have the Burnt Peanut, and he's on the other side. You still have Iron Mouse as well, depending on the list that she's put on. Twitch VTuber channels with most active chats. You're seeing them here. I don't want to go too far into it because I've already gone way too far into this whole thing. But yeah, it is a drop, which is not good. But if it continues dropping, then that is a danger for the VTuber community. It means that something is going wrong. So let me know what you think down below. Rye is an independent English language VTuber. Originally debuted Twitch in May 2021, the tactical theme Rye Project. She took a hiatus between 2022 and 2024 before returning as RyeisBread. And we are taking a look here from their Twitter. They are saying, as you can tell here, it is RyeisBread here, who is saying, if you're reading this, I'm writing to let you know I'll be going on a short mental health break, which is very important for mental health. I always mention this to my community, mention it to you guys right now. Always important to take care of your mental health. please take care of your mental health. It is very important. I need some time to recoup some energy back into my brain. I'll be back next week. And it says, have a good rest of the week, Rye. You good rest week, Rye. You deserve it. And it says, wait for me. There you go. Have a good rest. Everyone's wishing them well, wishing them a good rest because, as I mentioned before, not very many people do this where they take mental health breaks, like short hiatuses to better their mental health. But that is very, very important. As I've learned recently myself with, having to go and do other stuff because I didn't take mental health breaks enough. So, of course, always take care of yourself. And I wish her the best and a speedy and quick and happy return. Former Rye, the VTuber group underneath Brave Group. It's English language-based VTuber project. It was their first one. And what we're talking about today is something that has been announced, a partnership with Dova Syndrome. Hello, classmates. We've excited to announce our official partnership with Dova Twien, or Twee-en. Dova Syndrome is a beloved pride of royalty-free BGM, and we're excited to be working with them more closely. So what this is going to do, this Dova Syndrome EN here, 19,000 plus free YouTube claim safe BGM tracks, what it's going to help is make it so that they can use BGMs without having to worry about licensing it with anybody, getting their YouTube videos taken down, things like that. So that is absolutely, if it is as effective as they say it is, then that's going to be beneficial to any and every VTuber that decides to partner with them. Because as many people know already, anytime you have any kind of BGM, music behind the scenes, anything like that, that is not licensed by you, even if it is, changed up a little bit or what have you, usually you end up getting it claimed in one way, shape, or form because that's just the way things work on YouTube. AI has gotten good at some things and horrible at others, but that is beside the point. So congratulations for them having this collaboration. We have Yomi Quinnley, who is someone who used to be a part of SVA. She was able to move out of the agency while keeping her stuff, her IP and everything, and her community as well. So today we're taking a look at her and something that she has announced today. She announced on, not today, but the 19th, she has announced that she will be having her birthday celebration on the 20th. By the time you guys have seen this, it probably has already gone through. She's going to have a lot of friends there, a lot of people she knows, just people popping in, maybe just to say hi for a little bit and just be there with her for a bit. You have people here, happy early birthday, lots of people just wishing her happy birthday and her responding, being kind. She's a wonderful VTuber. She's a wonderful VTuber. She is very warm and welcoming to everybody. She has been very kind to me in the past as well. At the very least, not, just deciding to not chat with me or anything like that if I decided to do the same. She's been very kind. So I'm glad that she has been able to get this large group of friends in the time she has been around, in the time she's been making content and doing her thing. And I do hope that she continues to grow more because people like her are rare in the community. People that reach out, people that actually reach out for positive reasons, not just to, get clout or whatever, but they reach out because they genuinely want to make connections with other people and they genuinely want to make it something like that and bring some positivity to other people as well. And I always want to celebrate those people whenever I can. So happy birthday, early birthday in this case, but birthday actually when you guys are seeing this, happy birthday, Quinnley, Yomi Quinnley. It all started with a visit to the doctor and it ended up with chat being inside of him for a bit. We have Banzoin Hakka, a male English language VTuber, part of Hololive Productions' Hollow Stars branch, and the English branch at that, with Tempest. And they have this here. Going to the doctor right now, they're going to effing euthanize me. I have, gag reflex, start of a new career. Oh, back again. Sick of your ass, and it's best of luck to doctors. People just, having fun. And what he ended up having to do, talking about the gag reflex here, it says, showed you my musty, please respond. Jokes aside, though, no polyps, no nodules, which is awesome. I just got swollen folds due to swollen folds. Sounds very wrong. I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm gonna stop before I make it worse. A stupid cold I randomly got. So happy the doctor said my vocal techniques are really good for being self-taught. Bad news, tonsils need to go ASAP. They're one of the reasons why I get so sick so often. It's bacteria farm. Yeah, it can definitely be that way. Sometimes, sadly, you have to have people look inside of you to find that out. But yeah, you do absolutely have to get tonsils removed. I had mine removed very, very early on, and I'm glad that they're at least finding out what's the cause of it and removing it as necessary. Hololive Productions is a giant company, pretty big company. I mean, it's like the second biggest company size-wise when it comes to VTuber organizations. Their JP side is having another collaboration with the band Presto Crane game creation Bandai Spirits, and they're doing it for the Hololive If series, which is this here. They're all safe for work from what I can tell, and they're all here. Hololive If series is all there. We're going to take a look here, which is from the Hololive If series, where you imagine Hololive members in various situations. We've been waiting. It looks like it is a Sakura Miko because of the Sakura here, Sakura flower. And look forward to what kind of outfit she will have. Scheduled to appear in games in January 2027. Don't miss the follow-up news. Says the non-baby is here. I've been waiting. Thank you, Ban Presto-san. I've been waiting for this. Finally, relaxation is here. Can't wait so much to see it. I'm finally, like, a lot of people are very happy. Finally, Miko Cheese relax. Seriously waiting for the sexy Miko. A lot of people know who it is. They already know who Silhouette is, and especially since they use the Oshi mark of Sakura Miko from Hololive. And I just showed you here, you know, the ones that they do have from the If series. Some of them are, you know, pre-order and things like that, where you can kind of see what's going to be happening. You can see, you know, some of them are, you know, showing a lot, but it is primarily more of a relaxed series, like, you know, loungewear, that type of thing, you know, what they might be wearing to, like, if they're wearing just loose fitting clothing to go to sleep, that type of thing. But it's great to see that they're going to have something like this. The pricing doesn't seem too bad. It seems pretty good for the most part. Just if you want to get them all, it's going to be very expensive. Kind of obsessive personality. Absolutely has some kind of obsessive personality. Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, I think it depends. It entirely depends on the person. I don't know. I just don't know. I think the biggest realization that I've had in working out and trying to get rid of my FUPA that I put on, because I'm very privileged and very blessed in that though I...
The fuck? Why aren't you talking about... Okay, I know what a FUPA is. Why aren't you talking about FUPA? Why aren't you talking about FUPA? Oh god. This is... Never mind. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. It's Froggy. Of course. Froggy, like, I'm not gonna say, of course Froggy's talking about FUPA, but of course Froggy would come up with some random stuff and just put it out there. Like nothing, like it's just, like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. That's one reason why people, and myself, we love Froggy. Froggy has these moments. Like, I wish I was this entertaining. Holy hell. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.